Hey, I'm JC Chong. I'm an entomologist at Clemson University. So entomologists are basically people who study and kill bugs. My specialties are actually insects and mites that's infesting turfgrass and ornamental plant pests. Grub worms, or typically what we call white grubs, are in fact an insect. So don't be confused by their names. They are not exactly beneficial because most of the time white grubs are actually a small immature insects that's feeding on the root of the turf, basically eventually killing the turf and then causing a lot of issues and death. White grubs are immatures or babies of scarab beetles. Scarab beetles, there are a lot of species of scarab beetles. So when we talk about white grubs, it's actually a general term for a lot of different species. White grubs could be the baby of Japanese beetles, May and June beetle, green June beetles, or mass chafers. They will feed on the leaves, they'll feed on the flowers. For example, the Japanese beetle, they will make the plant look kind of unappetizing, but it doesn't impact the long-term survival of the shrubs or the tree. However, the white grubs, they feed on the root or the turf. If they cause too much feeding on the root system, completely destroy the root system, they can actually kill the turf. There's a very distinctive characteristic that all the white grubs share. First of all, their body is curved into a C shape when you pick them up. And then they have a either yellowish or brownish head, and then 3 pairs of legs. Because white grubs feed underground, trying to detect them is actually very difficult. And a lot of the symptoms of their infestation, such as general thinning and yellowing of turf, is very similar to infestation by some other pests or nematode or drought. One of the ways that folks often use to try to identify white grubs is step on the turf in the spring. If they look a bit bouncy and soft, there may be some issues on the ground, but that's not always a very good symptom. The best way to find out whether you have a white grubs infestation is to get your hands dirty. Get a shovel, dig under it, dig it up, break open the soil, and see if you find any white grubs. White grub infestation can happen any time of the year, but most of the damage symptoms will show up either early in the year or late in the year. Early in the year, a lot of time, if you have a heavy infestation, the turf typically take a little bit longer to green up. So that kind of gives you a little bit of indication there may be some issues there. And in the later season, it could be that the entire patch of lawn just might die. White grubs are much more effective control using a preventive management, meaning that you probably want to apply a long residual insecticide in June, or when the scarab beetles are flying, when the Japanese beetles are flying, that's when you apply it. Some of the more effective products contain the active ingredient chlorantraniliprole. Chlorantraniliprole in the homeowner market would be called Grub X. That would be one product that you could apply. And also insecticide that contain products such as imidacloprid. There are a lot of imidacloprid out there. Some of them are Bayer Advanced line of product as well. So there are quite a bit of options for grubs control. If you are worried about white grubs infestation in your lawn, do a preventive treatment. 1 application a year, you don't have to worry about it for the rest of the year.